Just to adjust things
Yeah.
so you can see. Hello and welcome to the Lighthouse. This is our first broadcast from Cherry, my RV. It's kind of just a mission statement and a who I am and what I'm trying to do. This is Chris Keats.
Hi.
You might know him from such incidents as the Ilaho,
Montreal, different events in Montreal, Vancouver, and elsewhere, Victoria, Ottawa.
and I've been raising kids for the last 7 years anyway, and not so very active in the community out here in BC. But my biggest concern is human rights and access and poverty issues. What I'm trying to do is create a mobile drop-in out of my home where people can access the internet and the telephone if they're homeless or underhoused or living in poverty. What I want to try and do with this web broadcast is raise money and awareness for Freedom House, which is my dream, and it kind of goes like this. I would like to get a piece of land, and on it I would like to place small mobile homes, and what I mean by this is like actual mobile homes, like tumbleweed homes. You've seen this new movement towards the tiny house thing. I feel that this is a good answer to the affordable housing issue, because I believe that these units can be bought economically and that they're healthy to live in. So I would like to get several of those units and place them on a property and provide a small gardening space for each property and a larger structure for people just entering the program or just new to support. It's what I was thinking of was a FUBU kind of organization, one hand reaching out to the next. And what I've found is a lot of the time people just can't establish themselves. They have nowhere to land. They don't understand the system. They're already isolated, they're already degraded, and they have serious issues trying to access the system. They're continually
Marginalized and denied access to basic things like proper health care, dietary allowances, nutritional supplements.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about most people don't have the basic knowledge of the system to be able to access it. And it takes somebody who's already been through it to know how frustrating it is and help walk somebody through it. So what I wanted was a place where there were individual units, self-contained small houses, so that people wouldn't be in conflict because they were living on top of each other. I just think it's healthier and more conducive to healthy living and peace. But I don't know, what do you think?
No, I think that given the cost of renting and other things for people, because it is so expensive in BC and other places in Canada due to foreign ownership and high condo markets and stuff, that this is the only solution to trying to get people from living on the street into a healthier environment if they choose to.
It's taking those first steps, because when I got my first place, it took me a year before I could even sleep in the bed, and I still can't sleep in a bed. There are things that somebody who hasn't lived through homelessness or the mental health system or the correction system, or the medical system for that matter, and been left entirely shut out by the system. There are certain habits and traits that somebody else looking at that would be like, oh my God, they're being aggressive. Well, it's not aggression, it's survival. They're not dangerous, they're in danger, and it would take somebody else that understands that to be able to walk them through that. And I think as a community, we need to support each other, and unity is the only way that we're all going to achieve our goals.
Yep. See, one of the things is the way systems work is not everybody gets the help they need through any certain particular systems. Some people fall through the cracks and are left to be marginalized and vulnerable.
One of the issues that I have found in this area, which is I live in Castlegar, my nearest point of access for services is Nelson, and what I have found is that a small handful of people hold all of the contracts for these services, and because power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, these people hold the ability to say whether or not somebody works, goes to school, gets medical access, or lives inside. And you have a little monarchy going on where a handful of privileged people are basically poverty pimping an entire community for their for their own gratification, just for their own little, the services are there, the money is there, the programs are there, you just can't access them because of the corruption. And that's a problem. That's why we need unity, because until people fight back and say no, elitism's not okay, not on any level, it's everybody or nobody has access, then we're never going to get anywhere. And they're going to, the powers that be, whether they be a small group of educated people holding a town's resources hostage, or a entire government that feels like it has the need to step on its populace, until there is unity amongst us and we all say, hey, this is bullshit, and let me hear it, people. Like, I want to hear it echoing off the fucking mountains. I call bullshit, because the people that really need the resources can't get them.
And these could be your sons, your daughters. It could be an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, a mother, father.
You all have families with mental health, addictions issues. You all have family members that have health issues, disabilities. It's not me and you, it's us. It's everybody. And you know what? Most of you are one paycheck away from sleeping on a street corner. It wouldn't take much. lose your job, lose one of your incomes.
Believe me, I know. 20 years ago, and I've spent almost 20 years homeless, traveling, working across this country called Canada. I had a 4-bedroom house at 44 Yonge Street, Waterloo, Ontario. I had been in a relationship with a young lady, and I not only lost my house, my apprenticeship, but I also lost 2 kids to an abortion.
Yeah.
And it can happen just like that. And this happened in the middle of February 1997. I was left homeless on the street.
I've seen brain surgeons that drove cabs. I've seen people that spoke 7 languages and hold degrees in 3 major countries begging on the streets. Education, background, socioeconomic status, it doesn't seem to matter. The same underlying issues seem to be prevalent, and it is predominantly isolation from the community. People lose their connection with their family and their community, and then they get lost in the system.
It's like if you live out in Nelson or in the surrounding area and you are very poor, they're going to run you out to a place called Belfour and try and get you into a slum called the Belfour Beach Inn.
I'm not even talking specifically.
No,
I'm talking like on the whole. You're right. They're trying to ghettoize Canada, and they're trying to ghettoize our rural areas by putting high concentrations of low-income individuals into substandard housing that makes them ill.
Have you ever noticed?
That's not a new thing.
Have you ever noticed for the people that are working and holding down jobs and barely scraping by, that in the past 20 plus years, major industry has left this country, and most people have lost their jobs and had to resort to part-time or becoming creative and creating their own employment or various other scenarios. Well, in this country, we import more than we export. So our jobs have gone to other countries where it's cheaper to employ and manufacture those goods than it is in this country. Isn't it high time we call bullshit on our government with secret trade deals and deals that aren't helping people, but are only there to screw people over for a small handful of people who get everything?
I don't know. I wanted to keep like this whole blog goal specific. We could go on and rant all day about politics, and all that would do is create a confusion. First, there's a need. That is how alchemy works, and alchemy is in me. It is in you, and it is in me, and alchemy is just the ability to make change. It is in you, through you, and all around you. So here's the need. I need a driver, someone with a license, and I need to insure this vehicle so that it can travel. And I would like to broadcast from here other people's opinions on their situations. I would like other people to share their stories about homelessness, about consumerism, about the system, and their experiences with the system. And I want us to all be stronger because we shared our pain. And I want us to show the world the beautiful side of ugly, because it's there. And through this awareness campaign, like I said, I would like to raise funds for the Freedom House project, which is a piece of land with small units, tumbleweed style units. And by the way, you guys are amazing. Tumbleweed houses, you are amazing. I think that's so cool.
You
please,
guys rock with what you're
I will be
designing.
contacting you. Believe me. But yeah, because I think that micro is the answer to consumption. I think that small, tiny houses that are portable, that can move, like really move, are a good answer to economic security and the moving job market. I think that FUBU, one hand reaching out to the next, is the only way that our people are going to rise up and
Be the change.
be the change you want to see. Yeah. And it's not easy. I mean, I've been all across this country, and when I left here, my property, or my ex's property in Castlegar, BC, was a broken person. I had broken trust, and I was confused and scared for my children, and couldn't tell friend from enemy. And I want to thank the people that loved and protected me and looked out for me. You know who you are. I ain't never given up.
And for anybody that I've run across that's given me a helping hand in life across Canada, especially any of my street family in Montreal or friends out in Newfoundland, thank you. I'm returning the favor and passing it on.
And just so you know where the love comes from.
It comes from right here.
No, where do you hail from? T.O. Yo, Parkdale. If you want to see a community that protects and nurtures its people, look at Parkdale Community Recreation Center, because they are the people that taught me and raised me pretty much about what it means to have solidarity and to have unity, because what they fought for there and what I fought for there has become a reality. They dreamed and they lived the dream and they make it a reality, and they continue to do it every day. And this is something that I think needs to spread. And yeah, so props to you, peoples. I know a lot of people out there think I'm a bit of a joke, and that's okay. Never mind all the haters and their shit.
Yep.
That's all you got.
And anybody that's been military or is now ex-military personnel, thank you for your service and for defending this country and our values.
Yeah, Freedom House loves vets. Tash loves vets.
Chris loves Buck.
So I guess that's it. And thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. I know that it's valuable, and I will be looking for your support. We'll be organizing some initiatives. One thing I was thinking of, and you tell me what you think of this: art attacks.
Nice.
Art attacks. I want to get this RV on the road, park it places, and get people to bring tools and found objects that are neat and create art installments for the public. So
we'd love to hear back from you and give us your support, feedback, any questions, anything. We'll be glad to answer them for you.
But like I said, we need funds, we need resources, we need support, we need a licensed driver, and an insurance ticket. The insurance ticket is $35 a day or $6.75 for 6 months. So there it is, people. The GoFundMe site that has a short blog on it, or a short write-up that probably needs to be edited because I don't have any education. No education. Sprachen die English?
No, you got an education. It's called the Education of Hard Knocks through the School of the Street.
Official graduate. of the School of Hard Knocks.
On the University of Life.
MD and BS. Fucking
Got a PhD in BS.
PhD and BS. That's a fucking MD, man. I'm the doctor. So, but it's up there. I want to learn how to stream music on my site. I don't have a lot of technological skill, and I'm sure you don't want to look at our ugly mugs all the time. So I would like to stream some inspiring music. I like Turn Down the What. That's a good one. Go check it out. I know it's kind of hokey, but Miley Cyrus's "This Is Our House." Yeah. That's a good theme song. What do you want to contribute?
Dream Theater Home off of Metropolis is a wicked song.
Chris is always about the Dream Theater.
Yes, and if anybody that is part of Dream Theater may see this, hi. And if Mike Portnoy, former drummer of Dream Theater, you ever see this, thanks, Mike, for the wonderful things you've done, and thank you, Dream Theater, for the chance I got to meet you guys in Montreal.
Okay, so that said, keep it real. Till we see each other again, top left. Love you all.
Peace.
Yeah, there's your half.
This is my half. There's yours. Any questions? Mop it up.